Hi, and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Kassia. On this channel, we discuss all aspects of the ascension process. I have a variety of services that I offer to assist in your awakening journey, and you can find those listed in the description box below. Today, we're going to be talking about the Red Moon Wavespell, and this is beginning on July 11th and carrying us all the way through until the 23rd of July, until that full moon. So this is really powerful that we have the Red Moon Wavespell concluding on the full moon. And for those of you who are interested, we will be doing the full moon releasing and consciousness raising ceremony, as we do every full moon now. That is a 2222 donation. All the information is in the description box below if you'd like to participate in that. And if 2222 is too much for you and you really feel called to join, please reach out to me and send me an email. We choose a price because we choose a price. It's not about the money. I want people who want to experience this to be able to. So never hesitate to reach out to me, and we can figure out what we can figure out. All right, so I did want to put that disclaimer out there for people. Now, this Red Moon Wavespell is really powerful because it's not only initiating a new 13-day cycle within the galactic calendar, but we're also initiating a 52-day cycle that is just commencing. And this is something that we haven't talked about too much on here. And I will start doing videos on these as well for you guys. The video for this particular cycle, I'm not going to be able to get out before I leave for Sedona. However, when I get back, if that's still something you guys are interested in, it's a 52-day cycle. So we're still going to be well within it by the time that I return. But these cycles are called castles. And there are 5 castles in the galactic calendar that mark a different sector of our evolution in this spiral of galactic time. So the 5th castle is called the Green Castle of Enchantment, or the Green Central Castle of Enchantment, to be exact. And this is the 5th and final castle. Each castle is made up of 4 wave spells. And so each wave spell brings us deeper into a journey of evolution. Within that journey of evolution, within that greater spiraling journey of evolution, which is the full 260-day calendar. And so we're reaching kind of the pinnacle of this aspect of our evolution and our journey as souls as we enter this Green Castle of Enchantment. And we kick off this final set of 4 wave spells in this final castle, this 5th castle, with the Red Moon Wave spell, which is all about purification. It's all about universal water flow, cleansing. This is very much a goddess energy. It's a very divine feminine energy. It's an energy that's asking us to release, asking us to let go, asking us to allow those beautiful universal waters to wash away anything that has served its purpose, so that we can be fully prepared to embark on the remainder of our journey. And I say remainder, but of course it spirals and cycles within spirals and cycles. So the remainder is, the word itself is perhaps not the best choice of wording. But this next phase of our journey, we're preparing ourselves by releasing what isn't serving us, by allowing that cleansing process, by allowing ourselves to step into our emotion, to step into our femininity, our intuition, our receptivity, all of these divine feminine qualities and characteristics. So I'm going to read you guys a little bit of information about this. You may not understand everything. I'm still learning this as we go here, so I don't fully understand all of it either. But I thought that you guys might want to hear it. So the Red Moon Wave spell is the 17th wave spell of the Dream Spell journey, which opens the Green Central Castle of Enchantment, which is the last and 5th castle of the Dream Spell count. The Green Castle marks the moon genesis, and it represents the court of synchronization, covering the last 4 wave spells: Red Moon, White Wind, Blue Eagle, and Yellow Star, from Kin 209 until the final Kin 260 of the Toltskin. Through enchantment, the planetary kin attain the power of magical flight, the fulfillment of the Rainbow Nation. In the Dream Spell transcreation, the solar seal of moon is inspired on the Mayan glyph of Muluk, which signifies water jade offering water animals, and is associated with the color red. In the Dream Spell, the red moon is the solar seal number 9, which is exactly associated with water and the color red, being part of the red root race and the spiritual initiators. The red moon has the action of purification, the essence of flow, and the power of universal water. The red moon wave spell relates to the sacred feminine because of the universal ancient memory of the moon goddess, which was known as Ixchel or Ixchel by the ancient Maya. The moon seal also contains feminine attributes such as the primordial waters, the sacred womb waters, the feminine period flow. The power of universal water assists us in the process of releasing old karma through the purification and redemption of our ancestral line. This spiritual ability is part of the mystery of the second creation, in order to release the karmic weight and evolve toward the higher dimensions of being. The red moon wave spell has the purpose of number 9, 3 plus 3 plus 3, because the red moon is the 9th solar seal. In ancient Maya cosmology, the number 9 refers to the 9 levels of Xibalba, Mayan underworld of the 9 lords, and the 9 levels of perfect Maya pyramids, such as El Castillo in Chichen Itza, and the Temple of Pakal in Palenque. In the galactic Maya cosmology of Valum Votan and Bolan Ik, number 9 relates to the 9 lords of time and the solar tone 9, which codes the solar consciousness. And so a lot of really powerful energies here. We're working with that, with the goddess energy. We're working with that number 9, which is also a number of completion and a number of higher spiritual service. It's a deeply spiritual and esoteric number, the 9, the 3 plus the 3 plus the 3. Right? And so we're really working with an energy of completion. We're working with a highly auspicious and spiritual number and cycle. And so we're moving deeper into our own spiritual process, into our own intuitive process. This is a time when gifts are activated. This is a time where we're coming to a deeper remembrance of who it is that we truly are. And I think it's really beautiful that this is also happening during Cancer season and towards the very end. I mean, the very end of this wave spell, we're moving out of Cancer season, but for the most part, we're in Cancer season. And so we've been feeling these energies a lot, these beautiful divine feminine energies coming through. So it's a really great way to wrap up Cancer season as we continue, of course, to move through the zodiac and enter Leo season. And the Venus-Mars conjunction, bringing in that Leo energy, is a really powerful way to begin the process of ushering in Leo season as well. So that does happen during Cancer season still, but it's like revving us up for those energies. And so we see how everything works so beautifully and synchronistically together in order to facilitate the unfoldment of all of these different cycles. Astrology we can see as well as cycles within cycles within cycles. So allow this energy to do what it does. Remember, this is divine feminine energy. This is the energy of feeling. So allow those feelings to cleanse and purify you. Really work with the element of water during this wave spell. Allow those waters to purify you. Anything that's coming up, allow it to come out, up and out, and release it. Really surrender to the flow, to the divine flow of your life. Where is life taking you? Where are those primordial rivers guiding you? And can you allow yourself to be guided? Can you allow yourself to shed that skin, to release what is wanting to be released so that you can be born anew? This is very much, I'm thinking of the energy of like the baptism right now. And sort of this as like a sacred baptism in a way, and working with the waters in that way where we are christening this next level and next phase of our journeys. But we're really taking that time during this red moon wave spell to go within, to really step back, to be in that receptive state, to allow the inspiration and the intuition to come to us, right? This isn't in a period, like it says, we're flowing. So we're not forcing, we're not pushing. We're allowing things to happen and develop the way that they're wanting to happen and develop. And I will attach some stuff for you guys, some links to some of this information about the wave spell in the description box below. We're also, of course, going to attach the questions that you can ask yourself as you move through each of the 13 days of this wave spell, which of course contain their own galactic signature and their own energies. So that way, if you want to work in depth with this wave spell, you can work with it on a day-to-day basis. And so the Astro Dream Advisor has this really beautiful guide, if you will, that gives you the questions that you can ask yourself each and every day and the ways that you can really work with this wave spell on a deeper level. I want to see if there's anything else I want to say before we get into the reading here. Let's see, detoxing, releasing, as we said. We are being asked to soften and become more fluid and receptive during this cycle. The emphasis during this wave spell will be on the return of the divine feminine qualities of intuition, compassion, sensitivity, connection, empathy, psychic abilities, communication, telepathy, and flow. You should notice a heightening of these abilities as you are once again tuned into your latent gifts and talents from yonder years. Once your physical vessel, your mind, and your heart has been purified and lightened, you will be a direct divine conduit for this cosmic consciousness energy to flow through you, connecting to your community. Resistance will wash away, and it will be easier to find your path, your flow, and assist others in doing so. Yeah, so this is all about the self-remembrance, the reclaiming your soul essence, your past gifts, lights, and talents. So just a really profound and powerful energy. All right, we're going to pull some Black Moon Astrology cards to start out here. Clear. What guidance do we have from the Black Moon Astrology cards for this Red Moon Wave spell? What can we expect? What's coming through? What does Spirit want us to know? What does Spirit want us to know? And it is beginning on the 11th, which of course is a very spiritually powerful number as well. It is a master number. It is a number of enlightenment. All right. So we have the Mars card and the Sun card coming out. Interesting. So this is all about identity right here. The Sun is our consciousness. It's our understanding of ourselves. It's the ego. It also, in a larger esoteric sense, represents the spirit. And then Mars rules that first house, right? He rules Aries, who rules that first house. That is the house of identity. That is the house of self. This is our spark, right? The first spark of who we are in the world is what that first house is all about. And this Mars energy is all about our will. It's about our ambition. It's about our ability to create, right? To be a dynamic force in the world. So a lot of really empowered, dynamic energy coming through. Even though this is a cycle that is about those feminine and receptive qualities, there's a lot of highly creative energy, a lot of highly passionate energy. This is like, if we were reading from the tarot right now, this would be that energy of, this would be the Wands energy completely. So that highly spiritual, highly productive. For some people, this is going to be a very sensual time, a time of where you're going to be going through. I almost feel like a sexual revolution for some people with this energy as well. Very expressive, and really coming into a greater sense of confidence with this Mars card here. It feels like the Sun and Mars. It feels like a great confidence, like something shifts. It's like seeing the Sun here. It's like something is illuminated within you, and it shifts something within you. And all of a sudden, it's like you can see something clearly. You see yourself more clearly, right? And that's the self-remembrance piece that they were talking about. You see yourself more clearly, and all of a sudden, your confidence just swells because you have this idea, like each and every one of us are so incredibly beautiful and powerful and amazing, and so often we don't see that, but it's like all of a sudden here somehow something comes through, it shifts things for us, and we see. And then we have Grand Cross. All right, and so this is that catalyzing energy right here. The Grand Cross is a catalyst. And so there definitely could be an intensity of emotion going on here. There could be a little bit of what feels like chaotic circumstances. There could be, as we step into this realization of ourselves, we may have to we may have to back that up. We may have to stand up for that. We may have opportunities to do so during this wave spell, to really stand true in what we know, in our truth, be called to stay in our integrity, and have situations that may cause to sway us a little bit as far as standing in that integrity goes, our ability to do so. But this is also going to be just forces that catalyze great change. And that really cause us to have to take action, right, with this Mars card, to really step up. It's like circumstances, and this doesn't necessarily mean ones that we would view as negative. It does not have to mean challenging circumstances, but it means circumstances things that need to be acted on, things that shift energies, situations, opportunities that shift the energy, and then it's our responsibility to capitalize on those and continue to build that momentum and to have the confidence to know that we are capable of whatever it is that we put our mind to. We have Taurus, I have coming out. So there's a lot of energies around. Taurus is the energy of stability, the energy of security. Taurus is that energy that likes to be firmly established in the world, likes to know its place, and likes to feel secure in that place. Taurus is also the energy of self-worth. It rules that second house. It's the energy of peace, right? Ultimately, Taurus's goal is to find peace. But Taurus is also that energy, right? Taurus is, like we said, a slow and steady energy, but it is methodical. And what Taurus wants, Taurus gets. All right, Taurus is willing to put in the work that's necessary. It's willing to lay that groundwork. Taurus is willing to show up every day and contribute toward the things that it wants. But the Taurus energy likes to do that at its own pace. And so I'm feeling for some of us that may be a thing where we may feel like our pace is getting pushed a little bit. And this is so interesting because this is meant to be a laid back wave spell, right? But this energy does not feel laid back at all. It feels as though when these things come up, when these opportunities, when these different decisive moments come up and present themselves, we are going to really be pushed to action. And we may feel like the timing isn't. This Taurus, the inner Taurus, and remember, we all have all of these energies within our chart. Sorry, I'm expecting a call right now, so I have to just check and make sure that that's not coming through either. We all have all of these energies in our charts. And so you have some Taurus in you too, even if you don't think that you do. That aspect of us is maybe going to buck a little bit, like, oh, I don't know if I'm ready for all of this, for this to happen, or whatever it is, like, oh, that's not in my schedule today, that sort of energy kind of thing. But it's like we're being asked to act, we're being asked to see the value in the things that are being presented to us. Yeah, there's going to be things that shake us. Anywhere where we've been stuck in a rut, or anywhere where we've been stubborn and we haven't been allowing ourselves to flow, right? Taurus energy, in many ways, it's a fixed earth sign. It is kind of the opposite of flow. And so we're being asked to flow. We're learning how to flow. And so anywhere where we're not, where we're kind of like, it's like that Four of Pentacles kind of energy, like hanging in, hanging on, like things that circumstances may happen to sort of catalyze us, forcing us to release and let go. But ultimately, the things that are happening with this Taurus energy here are bringing us into a deeper level of abundance. And then, of course, Grand Trine blessings coming out. They are blessings. Everything that happens during the cycle is moving you further towards your blessings. So know that, feel that, understand that, and embrace that. Yeah, we may have to make some moves. We may have to take some risks. But those risks will pay off. Then we have the Sagittarius IC. And we have Life's Purpose, North Node. Yeah. So like we said, more of that life's purpose being revealed. Really seeing and understanding our path and our way forward. Because we see and understand ourselves on a deeper level. And then, yes, the universe isn't going to wait long. As this understanding starts coming through, we are going to be, things are going to start coming in. They're going to start coming in, and we're being asked to, like, the flow right now, we're talking about going with the flow, right? The flow right now, sometimes the river may be flowing slowly, and it's a nice lazy river, right? And other times that current comes in and it picks up pace. And so if that's what's happening for you right now, above all else, Spirit wants everyone to know we all have our own divine timing. There's not one collective timing, right? I mean, we're not going to get into all that, but every individual has their own divine timing, and it's all directly related to what we're ready for, to what we're ready to embrace, to our vibration, our alignment with that which is meant for us. And also to how these other circumstances can organize themselves. Because there's a lot of different moving pieces. When we attempt to manifest something, when we ask spirit for something, there's a lot that goes into bringing that into our reality, bringing that into physical manifestation. There's way more pieces at work than what we can see. And spirit can shift all of that, but sometimes it takes some time. So sometimes the flow is a little slower. And sometimes when we make that shift in vibration, in alignment, all of a sudden things start coming in, and when they come in, they come in. When it rains, it pours. And so grab yourself a bucket and collect that water, all right? Because that water is your abundance, and you are meant to have that. So don't waste your time. Don't grab an umbrella and try to hide, right? This isn't our time to hide. Remember, Sun and Mars, first cards out. This is our time to shine. And yes, the universe is going to push you. It's going to nudge you. If you're resisting, because the time for resistance is over. Ain't nobody got time for that. You are wasting time if you are resisting. And trust me, I'm talking to myself as much as anybody else, because I am a Taurus sun. So as I'm talking about all this Taurus energy, trust me, I know it. I know it well. All right. This is our time to shine. All right. And so that resistance, we got to release that. We got to let go of that. And so for some people, when we're talking about this wave spell, right? And that energy of releasing, that's what we're releasing. We're releasing that resistance, and things are going to come into our reality in order to get us to release that resistance. And some of those things are going to be opportunities that we really want, that we have no choice but to jump at. Right, that we can feel in our soul are meant for us, even if they are scary, even if we feel as though we're worried about the financial impact, we're worried about this, we're worried about that. We still know we have to take advantage, so we jump. Some of this is going to be other situations that really push you to show you where your resistance lies, so that resistance can be broken down and broken through. And we had Libra trying to pop out there. I balance. Then we got Jupiter abundance that flew out there. All right. So right next to the Grand Trine blessings. Okay. So this is gorgeous. And something else too with this Taurus energy and this Grand Trine blessings, that is major abundance. And then to have Jupiter abundance come out, this is ridiculous abundance coming through for us. Okay. And the Grand Trine does indicate a time of easy flow. And so it's sort of we're coming through. For some people, we're still going to experience this energy. For others of us, we have been in this energy. We have been pushed, right, in order to get to what's underneath, in order to see what needs to be released, what needs to be revealed, that we need to work through so that we can move out of this stuck and stagnant energy into this energy of abundance, into this energy of flow, moving out of that resistance. And once we're able to do that, it's like the blessings just keep pouring in. And this is a card that represents not necessarily just gifts coming through. This card, I think, may represent that. But this card also, a lot of times, the reading of this in the deck that they're reminding me of right now is that this is stuff that you've worked for. It's not just stuff that's materializing out of nowhere. You've put consistent effort into things, and now that energy is paying off. It's now the floodgates are opening in a sense, and things are really coming through, right? That flow is happening. It's I'm getting the impression of the dam breaks. And so there's a lot that's coming through, but it is going to require, like we said, it's going to require us to actually to do things. We're not just going to be, if we just sit back and we allow everything to come in, but we don't put the effort in, we don't continue putting the effort in, we're not going to reap the level of reward that is really available to us. So we want to put our all into everything that we're doing right now. Yes, we want to remain in the flow, right? We don't want to be pushing and forcing, but we do want to be giving it our best. We want to be getting up every day and putting our best foot forward. And there's just incredible abundance that wants to come into our reality. And then we have, and the solar eclipse card, major changes on the bottom of the deck after Neptune came out and the 8th house fell out. All right, so this is super mystical energy here with Neptune and the 8th house, which is ruled by Pluto and is the house of the occult and the mystical, right? This is also the energy with the endings and beginnings. There's a lot of chapters that are going to be closing out so that new ones can open. All right, and this energy has been coming up constantly. I mean, this isn't specific just to this wave spell. This energy has been coming up very consistently. All right, and some of this is going to involve sacrifice. In this deck, the Neptune card is called sacrifice. So there are sacrifices that are going to be made. There are things that we're going to have to choose to close out. That won't be closed out for us, but that we're going to have to choose to close out. There are sacrifices that we're going to have to make in order to have what we want. It's like, remember, we only have so much time. We only have so much energy right now. And so how do we utilize that energy wisely? Where are we investing our time? Where are we investing our energy? Like, in order to embrace everything that's coming through for us, we're gonna need to, there are going to be some sacrifices that are going to have to be made, but they're going to be well worth it. They're going to be well worth it. All right, I'm going to pull some from the Zodiac 108 here for you guys to close this out. Clear. What guidance do we have? And this is by the makers of Intuit Oracle. For those of you who are interested, these cards are so awesome. I ordered this and the original Intuit Oracle, and I absolutely love them. So it took me a long time. I watched, there was a reader on YouTube that I used to watch, and she would pull from these, and she never said what they were. And so after doing some detective work, I finally figured it out and ordered them for myself. And of course, I watched a couple videos of hers later, and now she says what they are on there. It was like they were shrouded in mystery for a little while, but they really are so incredible. So much fun. All right, so let's get some energy here for this red moon wave spell. We have the gavel, conviction, decisions, accepting offers, important decisions. Yeah, so there's choices that are going to have to be made during this wave spell, you guys. There are choices. If you've been sitting on a choice or a decision for a while, the energies coming through are really requiring you to take that action now. Like, we're not going to be able to sit on things anymore. Then we have the Pearl and childhood coming out together. And so this is really beautiful because the Pearl is all about perception, the subconscious, hidden things, diving deep. And then, of course, childhood is all about playfulness, lightness of being, new beginnings. But what I'm really feeling here, it also says revisiting the past. And I'm feeling that for some people, this is some of those realizations and those understandings. Is like, you're going to understand. There's like a pearl of wisdom coming through. You're going to understand something about yourself. Kind of like we said. Something about yourself that stems back to your childhood. And this could very much be programming that's coming up. Remember, when we work with belief systems, sometimes a lot of times those are created in childhood. They're also created, we hold belief systems from our ancestors, from past lives, from the collective. There's a lot of different beliefs that we hold within us and carry within us. However, a lot of those beliefs also stem from our childhood. So something that we learned in our childhood, something that happened in our childhood that affected us very deeply. And so for some people, those memories are going to come to the surface, or those understandings about those memories that are finally going to let you release that and move on to be able to create a new beginning. There's a lot of energy of moving on. There's also, and really lightening that load. And there's a lot of energy of beautiful connection too, where we're able to make these really beautiful, gentle, loving connections with others to really open up emotionally. right? As we're getting in touch with that beautiful divine feminine energy, it is going to facilitate that process of us opening up emotionally and making those beautiful connections as well. Some people, you may be learning things, programming that came from your childhood that prevented you from opening your heart. And now, all of a sudden, with this deeper understanding, with this ability to release that, you're able to move into an energy where you're able to be more open. Yeah, and this is Cancer and Pisces are the energies for these cards. So a lot of that beautiful water energy. And then the happening soon card. The event will happen or develop soon. Very soon. I also heard quickly. And so I think that's in reference to everything that we're talking about here. It's also in reference, they're saying, if there was somebody who had like a specific question and that may not even be related to what I'm talking about right now, but you just like tuned into this reading hoping for some guidance about something in your life, it's going to be happening soon. Whatever it is that you're wondering about or asking about. So take that as it resonates. Somebody opening up. That's what that feels like too, is this the energy of somebody opening up. That's going to be happening very soon. You or somebody else. It's going to opening up and being vulnerable. That's a huge thing. It's so important. And and this is a 6 card, and this is a 6 card. So there's 2 6s right there too. But it's this energy of, really opening up. And we've also got a 1 here, we've got a 4, and then we got the 44 with the solar eclipse. So we got a 144, or really a 1444 here for my numbers people. But it's us learning how to open up that heart chakra more. Yeah. And then we have telephone, connection, communication, messages. Throat chakra. Definitely feeling that throat chakra and the activation and cleansing of the throat, as well as, of course, the sacral with all that feminine energy. And the soul, with all this empowerment energy to that solar plexus. Root, they're saying root. A lot of activations going on here. I'm trying to feel into this with the fishing pole here. I feel like somebody's going to get a phone call. And this phone call is going to be important. There's something with communication, important communication coming through. That leads someone into a period of deeper self-reliance. And this could be, once again, those opportunities coming through. Just know that you are 100% capable of whatever is being offered to you right now. This is also for some of you, you may meet a mentor during this period, or you may begin to mentor somebody else. And that's going to be healing and beneficial for both parties, whichever way that goes. There's going to be connections coming into our lives that really help to facilitate us moving forward. We may be that connection for somebody else may be that connection for us. But even when we're that connection for somebody else, the act of that is a two-way street, and it's also moving us forward. It's also bringing us abundance and fulfillment. And then we have a person of air, the great mentalist. And so this is all about that air energy coming in. Teacher, lawyer, surgeon, journalist, chef. So there's that energy, that communications energy coming through. Lots of communication. Lots of communications, lots of people. I'm feeling like the communications industry in general. If you have messages that you've been trying to get out, those may be given. Like you may have a platform to do that. You may have you have the ability to get your message out to even more people. in whatever way that's going to be. And this is, once again, connections. That's why that air energy is coming out. That's about the connections. That's about the networking. That's about the message. This is also the energy of, even though we are we're feeling more in tune with our emotions, right? We're expressing those more. We're experiencing those. We're releasing those. We're allowing those to cleanse us during this cycle. We don't want to be making decisions from an overly emotional point of view or an overly emotional place. And we don't want to be completely ruled by our emotions. We want to pull in and employ some of that rationality and that logic as well. And then we have the book burning. Tell me more about this book burning. Why is this coming out? And then we have, yeah, we'll take it. We have the empty nest with youth and the tandem bicycle. So this is all about breaking free here. This is all about breaking free. The empty nest is endings and beginnings again. A new life, moving on. A cycle completion, right? And this is about rewriting history, changing the narrative. That's what I'm going with for that. That's what I'm feeling, is we're really completely ending. It's like we talk about closing the book or starting the next chapter of the book. Like in this case, like we set the book on fire, right? We are done with whatever this energy is, whatever this energy was, whatever aspects of our lives, wherever it was that we felt as though we were being held back or we were holding another back. Any of those kind of energies, those are completed. Those are done. Anywhere where we have held ourselves back, we're being invited to move beyond all of that now. To really close, like we said, not even close that book, to set that book on fire, to walk away, to completely cleanse and clear ourselves. Remember, fire is that energy of transmutation, and to really break free into something new, into something more aligned, more harmonious. And there are a lot of alliances coming through. There's a lot of that energy of working with others, right? That is that feminine energy coming through, that energy, that power with energy. And then heart and home on the bottom of the deck, which is beautiful. With person of earth, which is that stable energy coming through. Security, love, contentment, bliss, heart's desires, longevity. That's what we're moving toward. And that is another 6. All right, you guys, I love you. I appreciate you. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. I hope that you have a beautiful, beautiful red moon wave spell. Drop a comment down below. Let me know how this video resonated. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. There are links down below to donate if you feel so moved to do so. And my email is also down below with a description of the different services that I offer. So please reach out to me if you want to do any one-on-one work. So much love, so much appreciation to each and every single one of you. Bye.